Greetings and welcome to Aries New Moon, Aries New Moon 2020. Coming conjunct to Chiron. We kind of talked about this a little bit in my last video, but what does this actually mean in practical application, and how are we going to start to kind of feel this today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day? This tight unity between a time in our lives where we normally feel quiet, reserved, planning, spearheading. Let's plant as many seeds as we can. Let's feel inspired to do more and feel more and be more, which is the new moon time. You take this new moon and you sit that inside of the sign of Aries. Aries is creative fire, it's movement, it's war energy, it's very Martian, Mars like. It's fast moving. It's when you kind of think about that creative, unleashing that creative potential, that's very much Aries energy, pure fire. Okay, so super great. Pair that, um, fiery energy with this new moon of let's do something new, and that, my friend, makes for a very great new time to spearhead something new in your life. However, because of this configuration with Chiron, the planet, or it's not a planet, it's an asteroid, but it's a ruler of wounded healing. Okay, so he illuminates where we need to see, where we have done wrong, not done enough, where we're sick, where we're weakened. Okay, so if that could play out emotionally, it could play out physically or spiritually, but right now, globally, that's playing out in this pandemic that we're in. And because Chiron does have this power to illuminate those weaknesses and highlight those infectious diseases and those transitional deaths, pair that with the new moon of what this Aries spearheading feels like, and that is like, it's like spreading like wildfire. The awareness of this disease, of this virus, the awareness of the virus, the awareness of the people who have the virus, the awareness that our life is changing very quickly. That's going to be heightened, super focused. It's also coming in at 4 degrees. Okay, 4 degrees Aries. 4 is our year, 2020. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is a very balanced, grounding, fundamentally, structurally home, domesticated feeling of a 4. Okay, it's a square. It's very square, but it's very solid as a 4. So when we look at what's happening in the sky, we're at like a 4 4 4 4. It's a very powerful creation number to have us make home, expand, do well, be happy, but home, home, home. Make yourself feel at home within your home. Make yourself feel at home within the world, that you're always home, anywhere you are, right? That's the feeling of home. So when we kind of think about, okay, this new moon, oh gosh, it's going to be a little different. It's going to maybe kind of allow us to see how we're being pushed to get creative and get innovative, working with this concept that we've got this spreading infection, whether it's an infection of the mind, infection of the body, infection of the spirit. We have this imbalance, this weakness. All right, so it sounds like pretty yucky, but don't panic, because we also have Mars and Jupiter sitting well together. So what's Mars? Mars is Aries, right? So we're kind of like used to this energy with the idea of this like lunation, but now we're going to pair that also with being affecting Jupiter here and Mars, the planet of Mars. So Jupiter and Mars are also forming a very positive alignment right now for you to get things done and move forward. Although you feel very restricted and quarantine styled, you are restricted and quarantine. That's Saturn right now. Saturn just switched into Aquarius. We'll talk about that in a second. But going back to that, you're feeling stuck, but because we have this opportunity to expand our consciousness, our awareness, our compassion, our health, our wealth, you're stuck at home, but you have access to things like the internet, which is your webs that you can weave within the world. Possibly you do, possibly you don't. Um, you know, if you have these abilities, You need to be doing these things because that's where the energy is riding right now. Okay. Then if you kind of think, okay, what was she saying about Saturn and Aquarius? Well, Saturn just came into sign of Aquarius, and so for people who were born in 1990 to 1992, this begins your Saturn return. And what is your Saturn return? Except, oops, sorry. So this begins your Saturn return. So what is your Saturn return? Your Saturn return is like it happens when you're, turning in your 27 to your 30s, 28 to 31 or whatever, the little window. It's when you have to grow the fuck up. That's what that's about. It is your invitation and also push into adulthood, which we all know what we're talking about. Not the fun things that happen when you become an adult, but the responsibilities of a person that's come of age, right? You're old enough to know better kind of feelings. But also it highlights your limitations. It helps you clear your karma. It definitely helps you clear your debt that you cultivated in your early 20s. And you spend your 30s like, ooh, okay, well, we're working on that one now. So you can always use your Saturn return to your positive self growth, but it does feel restriction, okay? But as we're saying, if this Saturn and Aquarius and these Jupiter and Mars and this lunation of new moon in Aries and Chiron all work together, then we will begin to see how we can start expanding while we're restricted. So it's like a math problem. Blank, blank equals blank. You start pooling your facts together, who does what, how that affects what, and then see how they're swimming together right now. And that's going to affect you the same way. So what I would recommend is totally exploring new options for entertainment. Well, entertainment too, but more so financial investments and security for yourself because Saturn is our structure, order, limitations in our government. And our government right now has said, you're on hold. Okay, but life, Jupiter, Mars, Aries, new moon all says, and this is your moment to transform. So are you going to sit and feel stuck? Or are you going to say, okay, and jump? And you got to just take that leap of faith. So if you've been brewing up some ideas, start writing them down today, tomorrow, the next day. If you've been thinking, maybe I could. Yes, the answer is you can. No questions there. Just go for it. Um, and enjoy this next lunar phase because it is going to be very awakening and experiential, but also remember that you have the fire in your hand and you can direct this flame any way that you'd like it to go for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right now into a Kriya that we're going to do for this moon phase. You're welcome to do it along with if you want. And what are we doing? Pulling in Chiron, Moon, and Jupiter and Saturn by working around this navel point. So we're going to be doing Nabi Kriya. Nabi Kriya is an exercise, a series of exercises actually to stimulate the navel point and to awaken the confidence, clarity, perseverance, fire in the core, fire in the soul, your creative elements, and your genuine interest in getting up every morning and still getting dressed and getting to your writing desk at 9 a.m. sharp and starting your jam, even though you know nobody's waiting for you to turn anything in. That's your integrity. That's your space you're going to continue to crawl from. So get up and get dressed and don't stay in your jams all day. But if you're still in your jams right now, I forgive you. But maybe tomorrow do a practice in real clothes. And we're going to be working with that navel point. So give me just one moment and I'll get. Okay, as usual, we're going to begin with our tune in of Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo. And let's begin there. You can come into your hands, postured at your heart center, squeezing and pushing together. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling down as you relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Following your breath. And inhale deep to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep, hold the navel point in, elongating the spine up, lengthening the back, dropping the shoulders, pressing the palms together, holding the breath in, vibrating the cosmos, and relax the breath, release the breath. And you can open your eyes and wiggle yourself into an awakened space. All right, we're going to begin our Kriya. This one's just going to take about 10 minutes or less. So again, you can build this into your everyday, wherever that comes in for you. Okay, so we are starting down on our backs. Come all the way onto your back. Now for this next exercise, you can leave your palms facing up, you can palms down, or you can take your hands and tuck them into a triangle below your lower back, making a little supportive table for that lower back. And here we're going to begin to do alternating leg lifts, beginning with the left leg. So you raise that up 90 degrees. Inhale deep. Exhale, switch legs. Inhale, switch legs. Exhale, switch legs. And you're just going to keep here at your own pace. Keeping your breath powerful and forceful, your navel point tight. Using this time to connect with the center of your body as your legs shift into a consciousness of their own, riding up and down, inhaling, exhaling powerfully. Inhale both legs up. Hold the breath, pull the navel point in, hold everything in nice and tight, and relax the breath, relax the legs, bring them all the way down flat. And just breathe here. Thanking your body for allowing it to be so dedicated. Thanking the breath for being like a powerful little string connected to each one of your toes, that on its inhalation and exhalation, it helped to lower and lift your legs. Okay, now inhaling deep, we're going to bring both legs up at the same time, 90 degrees. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale up, exhale down. Keeping the breath powerful, keeping the legs light and gliding up into the sky, gently being lowered down, no pressure on the spine, no pressure on the navel. Inhale up, Pull your breath in, pull your navel point in, hold everything nice and tight, and blow the breath out. Bring the knees down to the chest, grabbing the knees, wrapping your arms around them. And breathe regulated, calm, natural breaths as you relax deeply, melting your spine into the floor, feeling your organs soften and your breath slow and tension free. Your neck is heavy, your head supported, soft and relaxed. Okay, moving right into our next one. You can take some more time in between each of these if you'd like, but for the video purpose, we're just going to roll right through. So grab your left knee, keep it in close, right leg's extended. Inhale up, exhale down. Keeping your breath powerful, gliding up, floating down. Inhale up, flex the foot, bring the toes down, back towards your forehead, pushing the heel up towards the sky, and blow your breath out, switching legs. Now it's left leg out, or left leg up. Inhale, exhale, lower it down. Inhale, glide it up. Really working that navel point, bringing a lot of conscious awareness into the center of your being. This is where all of your power comes from. It's your cauldron of health, wealth, happiness. Inhale, leg up, flexing that foot, bringing the heel up to the sky and the toes down to your forehead, and relax the breath. Bring both feet down to the floor. Push your arms up and over on the floor as well, and just relax. And blowing out any tension in your legs, in your hips, in your core, in your heart, your lower back. This is bringing this solar radiance, the creative fire, to flush through your system. And then for our very last part of this, we're going to stand up. I may fit in the screen, I may not, I'm not sure. Oh, my head's cut off, that's okay. Okay, so here you're going to take your arms, bring them up to the sky. Your feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to pull everything in and tight, navel point tight, root tight. Pull up on your sex organs and inhale up. Exhale, fold at the hips, keeping that root locked. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale down. and continue at your own pace. Taking nice deep inhales on your way up, swooping up and coming down to ground in. And inhale up. Hold the breath in, pull everything in tight, and let it all go. And come on down. So if you just allow yourself to settle on into your hips, your hands are just resting on your knees, your heart is soft. Just connecting with yourself and feeling how different you feel. Whether you interpret that as a painful ouch or a whoa, I feel like I had 12 cups of coffee. It's your experience, and you can use this experience to help you move through these times. So while we have this incredible configuration for your personal success, and yet we're still stuck in this space of fear and uncertainty, use this Nabi Kriya to power through that unsureness and tap into your higher creative self, because she's right there, he's right there waiting for you. So you can do this through that. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can extend your times, you can shorten your times, but it's super accessible. So we're just going to close out our practice with a long Sat Nam. Inhale deep. Sat Nam. May the longtime sun always shine upon you, and the odds forever be in your favor. Sat Nam.